Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look again on the gold market. So on the gold market on Friday we finally got the action that we talked about in the last 2 weeks approximately, because, well, in market performance we see some irrational price behavior for a bearish market, and despite that, here we have the forming of the head and shoulders pattern. Well, based on the price behavior on the intraday charts, we already said that, well, something looks a bit curious in this price action, and it seems that market has no intention to go lower, and in the nearest time could really challenge the previous top. And we talked about it in a few weeks, but the culmination is yet to happen. I suppose it could be on the next week, but even on Friday with the price action, we see that market finally starts confirmation of our suggestion, and well, the background that we discussed, I mean the fundamental background, gradually starts to be reflected by the price of the precious metal by itself. So currently in this week the fundamental background hasn't become worse, it even has become better, because if you will take a look at all three major factors for gold, I mean the political situation, as global as in the United States, situation with the virus spreading and the, well, novel facts of the infection that stands across the board in all countries. Now the new cases even have been fixed, as you know, in China and in Germany. Latin America, especially the Brazil, stands in its awful situation with the COVID-19. So investors stand really nervous on the possible relapse of the virus, and that markets keep that factor keeps markets in tension. Political situation, as I said, stands difficult. It seems that Donald Trump gradually is losing control over the situation, because now it is accused in all sins that stands in the United States. I mean, in domestic policy, unrest, weak measures on control of the pandemic, deteriorating of the situation with the domestic finances, I mean the low saving rates, big jump in national debt, difficult and, well, weak policy, internal policy, foreign policy, with the China in particular. So all this stuff also supports the gold. Also, we have some different tensions in other places. I mean the Middle East, of course, and finally the economical background. That's, well, actually the central banks together have printed 15% of the global economy, and with some risks of the relapse of the epidemic, so they could print more, and I will not be surprised if they print another 10% easily. And of course it can't just pass as nothing has happened, and sooner or later, but inflation will find its road in the retail prices and expenses of the companies, and the rising of the commodities. And such combination as the zero rates for the long perspective and a lot of money printing is just, well, you could desire more for a gold market. That's all you need to suggest rising of the gold. So all three factors currently support gold, and that is reflected actually in the positions of the investors. So if you'll check the recent COT report on the gold, you'll see the big jump as on open interested as in the long positions by the speculators. That significantly improved perspective of the upward action here on the daily chart. Some risks exist. I will show you on the intraday charts, but on daily, despite of this risk, it seems that really big chances that we could get upward action. Maybe even next week right to the 1790, because above the market is not at overbought, market has no significant fib levels. So it easily could reach the 1780, 1790. Also, don't forget that here is a lot of stop orders probably were placed, and when they will be triggered, they will add more power to the upward rally that led market to show the upside slippage and reach some targets. But for this purpose, market has to make the final step up. It has to break 1745 area and to erase the possible right arm here of the hand and shoulder pattern. So we have the left shoulder, hand, that's right arm. Although market showing early upward action and the grabber on the board, chance on upward continuation stands good. And probably this will happen and we will get the butterfly. But still, we have to control this process. We have to be sure that market breaks this 1745 area. Why it is so important? Because take a look, these two moments exist. If you'll take a look at the follow different chart, market finally has hit our XOP target with this ABCD pattern. Recall what we said, when the market has not quite reached the XOP, started dropping, we talked about the minor head and shoulders here, reverse head and shoulders, and also we said that, well guys, sooner or later, but XOP probably will be hit. And that finally has happened on Friday, on the scaring of the new pandemic stage. It shows upward action, market hits the XOP. Market right now stands at a very important moment because this is not just the top of the right arm on the daily, but this is also neckline of this pattern. And we do not want to see market drop right back down to the 1750 area again. This will be a bad sign for this reverse pattern. Currently, as market stands in an extension, it has to break the neckline and move higher. So the target of this pattern, the hand shoulder stands 1777, 1780 approximately. It's ABCD pattern to the upside. That's what we need to control. But at the same time, take a look at the daily chart again and on the left arm. You could see the market has here, it's a bit compounding shoulder. It's two tops exist. And the same story could repeat here if, for example, for some reason market start dropping lower below the 17M area. Well, that again could be some kind of the doubled top here, more extended shoulder, and daily pattern still could work. Of course, some reasonable background for that should happen, should appear, some important events should happen. Hardly it will happen occasionally, but still, currently, at this moment, this chance still exists because market has not broken yet 1745 area. So that's the moment that we have to control on the next week. As we said on Friday, we have already done all the preparations. We have taken the long positions. Now we just could see what will happen with having the stops at the break-even levels. But still, that's an important moment that we should control and be aware of the possible reversal and dropping below the 1750. So it will be a bad sign, and in this case, the bullish context will be under question.